Hey, it's Laura Joy. So I've been thinking about my life, and I made some decisions in my life that I'm not proud of, like getting with guys before I found the right guy, and they don't like that. It's not a Christian thing to decide to stay pure. It's a power thing. I just need to say that too because so many people think, oh, I don't want to be Christian, so I'm going to go around and sleep with all these guys. It's not about being Christian or not. It's about how much power you have in the world. Like, how much respect you foster from other people. That's what I mean. Like, respect equals power. Knowledge is power. And if you don't do certain things, that means you know it. You actually know it. So, I just need to say that today because I feel like I set a bad example and other people are doing the same thing because they think everybody else does it and the cool people do it. And the truth is, there's no such thing as a cool person. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody messes up big time. And I mess up big time in my life. And I don't want you to end up where I am. I'm in a mental hospital, so literally don't do that. I don't know why, but it's just where I ended up because of all the guy drama I went through. I don't want you to make the same mistake. Guys will get, if you give in too easily, they'll be like, they won't respect you. They don't respect me when I give in to things too soon. Or if I dress a certain way, it's not really about being Christian or not. It's about earning your man's respect. And not having that respect, not having that love from your man is really devastating to a woman. And it's psychologically disturbing. And you just don't want it to happen where he disrespects you. So, getting on websites and posting naked pictures is not the way to go because that warrants that he does not respect you because you're letting every single guy in the world see you. And they don't like that. So, I personally have never gone that far with my body where I just display myself online. I try not to do that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but it's not something I want to do. I've never personally posted a naked picture of myself for the whole world to see. I've never done that because, yeah, it's just not something I want to do. And I think that the guy I'm with really appreciates that. And I want to stay with him my whole life. I mean, he's my soulmate, and I don't want to hurt my soulmate. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to do him wrong anytime. That's from the Bible. Don't the heart of her husband safely trusts her. She does him good, not evil, all the days of her life. Stuff like that is in the Psalm 31 where the queen's talking to her son Lemuel. Guys experience drama too. they experience trauma and drama. And I don't want to be someone that causes that. Like, I want to set standards and boundaries. Standards for who I'm looking for, and boundaries where I say enough is enough. But that doesn't mean you have to leave every time you say a boundary. And it doesn't mean you have to, like, be mean every time they're mean. Because that's toxic. It's toxic because nobody gets anywhere. Nothing happens. And you're just mad at each other. And it creates this environment that everyone's mad at each other. So I just rather not do something like that. I just rather, I know the words I say create the environment that I say because it's the fruit of my mouth. Basically, it's like the world is this pool and I'm spewing things out into the pool and it tints the water. So it's just not going to be the same once I release it into the air. I mean, it's air, but it's water. You know, kind of like that. I'm not trying to sound complicated. But you want that. You want a little bit of power. You want a little bit of respect. A lot of respect. You want that love. And that love, you can't love someone who you don't trust. It's not about being a Christian at all. It's about just living. So, some people get so much hatred at Christians and so much contempt and detest Christians so much that they don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of their life and they just do everything against that. But it's what their parents were teaching them, and their parents are Christian, so they think everything they do is not good, but it's not always the case. Sometimes they're just being themselves, and you're still brought up by them, so who else are you going to listen to for advice? Who else is going to love you as much as your parents? That's the truth. Like, the whole stepmom situation with everyone is just, why does that need to exist? Why do we need to have stepmoms? They are mean to kids that are not theirs, especially if they're a mean person in general. And then stepfathers sometimes abuse children and they will abandon them more likely because it's not their child. And they can be mean to them too. But in my opinion, guys generally can take to new kids, at least humans. Human men can often adapt to a new family better than a woman can. That's my opinion, and honestly I think it's the truth because I've seen guys. I have a family, and the guy I'm with, he's just really awesome, and yeah, we're not lions, we're humans, and we can get over our contempt for our stepchildren, or not stepchildren, but yeah, they're stepchildren. But who's gonna love you more than your real mom? I was ripped away from my child, and she's gonna grow up with another mom, maybe. And that's just, it hurts me to my core, because I know she's not gonna love her the same way I am, and then she's gonna tell me that I'm not loving my daughter because I'm not there, and it wasn't even my fault. So it's just, going back to what I was talking about earlier, don't mess up like I did. You don't want your life to be messed up. Don't try to be an interesting character so much that you mess your life up. Like, you can be interesting by not doing that. It doesn't mean you're perfect. You don't have to feel like you need to be perfect, and you don't have to feel perfect. But try to be, because it's the only way that you're gonna not have trauma. And the best treatment is prevention for anything. So that's my life experience. I hope I didn't share too much, but only good things. We only need to talk about good things about real people. I want to take this moment to apologize for some of my past videos where I have talked about individuals. That's not cool. I should not be doing that. I shouldn't have done that. And online, let's just say, let's not talk about anyone specific. Online, let's not post things that you're gonna be embarrassed about, because nobody cares. And the one person that cares is you, and you're gonna be embarrassed. You don't want it there. So what are you doing it for? I want to ask you honestly. So don't post stuff like that. This is coming from someone who cares, someone who has been there, and I literally got a tattoo. Yeah. I got a tattoo of this trauma that I have, because it's so traumatic that I forget about it. And I need to be able to look at this and pray every day. So I just encourage you not to foster trauma, to promote goodness, and goodness comes with doing things with skill, and a skill is something that you perfect. You don't have to do it the same every time. And some people think being perfect is doing things the same every time, but it's not. Being perfect is being imperfect. Having a flaw, having a inconsistency. Being perfect isn't consistent. But it is structured. So instead of embarrassing yourself, use the internet for things like building up a community so that people can support you, so that you have people saying things to you that are good, that edify your soul, instead of crass, rude language. And that we've been watching this Forensic Files thing a lot, and on it, there's a lot of men that will hook up with prostitutes, and they will kill them afterwards. And I just think that comes from them reading the Bible and thinking that they're somehow better than this woman. And you need to not read the Bible that way. I'm kind of going in all directions, but it's just when you give yourself up to doing stuff like that, you put yourself at risk for that. And it's not that it's right. I mean, hopefully those guys get euthanized or go to jail. But you need to be aware of where it comes from. Because it still happens. And it's because people still think they have to be perfect. It comes from our culture. It comes from misunderstanding. I would just encourage you to live a life as good as you can and look to the future instead of posting stuff like that. Like, sometimes don't get on the internet. Sometimes think about what you want your life to be like. Clean your room, or move your room around, organize it so that you don't have like a bunch of stuff in your way that makes, or like everything's the same, so that you see what you can do with your hands. That's why I rearrange my room so much, is I want to see what I can do with my hands. I can know that I still have strength enough to change something, even though everything in my life just tells me that I can't do anything. I know I can, and we have to know that we can still change our environment, our lives, and we affect people around us. People follow our example. Everybody is a leader in wherever they are in the world. You don't need to strive to be the best leader of the entire world. You don't need to do that. It's better not to, because that's too much pressure. But just like, that's where it comes from too, like pride and thinking that you should be a leader and doing it the wrong way. Like, the movies portray that people in history gain power by being overly sexual, and that's not right. That's not how they gain power. They gain power by observing and understanding their culture and doing things that make people look up to them. Sometimes that was being sexual, but that was back in the day, and it was a different culture than it is now. We live in a Christian society, and everybody thinks that they have to be the most Christian of everyone else. And so when you have people like that, you have people saying, oh, this person sucks because they were being overly sexual. And you don't want people to say that about you. But that doesn't make what they're doing right. I don't think that you should hide from being yourself. But you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to. So, okay, I'm just rambling, and I may have said too much, but I hope you learned something from what I said. Anyway, take care.